It quivered at each sound, the house did. If a sparrow brushed the window, the shade snapped up. The bird startled off, flew off. No, not even a bird must touch the house. Okay? Okay, very, very protective of itself. The house was an altar with 10,000 attendants, big, small, servicing, attending in choirs, but the gods had gone away. And the ritual of the religion continued senselessly, uselessly. Somebody talk to me about those two lines. They are wonderful, quite literary. The house was an altar with 10,000 attendants, big, small, servicing, attending in choirs, but the gods had gone away. And the ritual of the religion continued senselessly, uselessly. What is it saying?
It's saying that the house used to be a church.
That would be somewhat a little literal, and I want figurative here. Okay, metaphorically, what is it talking about? My question, I should have asked it first. Okay, metaphorically, how are we looking at this? I don't think we want to look at this literally because this whole thing is very metaphorical. All right, remember that. But go ahead, dear heart.
Maybe the house thinks the people that was in it was the gods.
Exactly. No, I'm saying yes. Okay, those were the gods because. I mean, look at what we're doing now with Zoom text, okay? But who is basically who's controlling this right now? Miss Smith is controlling this, isn't it? Okay, it's being controlled by a human being. So we are the gods, okay, if you want to put it that way. So on the way it says it, it means just that. The house was an altar with 10,000 attendants. I mean, you had the cleaners, the ones who made bread, everything, tell you what time to get up, sit down, do all of that, all right? But the gods had gone away, and the ritual of the religion continued senselessly and uselessly. Why do they use those last two terms? The religion continued. Yes.
I think they use that terms because I think that they use the humans, I guess, as like the gods, because all the attendants are like all the people, or like the attendants or all the things in the house, like all the robots and stuff like that. They're the attendants, and then the gods.
They work for the
humans.
The humans are
the humans, exactly. They work for the gods, for the humans. Okay, exactly. But they're not there. So then what is that saying about these attendants? What is it saying about all of this? Okay, these 10,000 attendants. What is it saying? Okay, because the gods have gone away, and yet the ritual still continues senselessly and uselessly. What might you say about this technology at this point in time, right there?
They're pretty much faithful in from
what perspective? Faithful from what perspective? Interesting word there.
A metaphorical way, like in terms of religion, they're just faithful even if they're not really serving anybody. Wow. But at the same time, like literally, they're like robots. They really can't do that much without a human having to intervene.
Are you sure about that? They seem to be doing quite well. They're doing everything. They're still doing the same thing that they've done every day when the humans were there. So rethink that a second. See, this is what do you, okay, you brought something up interesting. What might you call this when you think it seems to be the opposite of what should be? Okay, what's going on here? What might be one of these literary terms that we use for this particular section here in terms of the actions of the technology, and yet there are no people there anymore, but yet the actions still continue no matter what. And then you said that they depend on them, and yet at the same time, do they really?
Maybe they were programmed to do those kind of stuff.
They are programmed to do that stuff. They are. But okay, I'll just ask the question. What's the irony of that? What makes this whole little section here ironic?
They don't realize what's going on.
They don't realize they don't, because they do have intelligence, right? But what kind of intelligence do they have?
Artificial.
Artificial intelligence, okay? It's artificial. And it's also objective. It's not subjective, okay? They cannot think beyond what they were programmed to do, okay? So no one's going to stop in the clock and say, hey, wait a minute, where did they go? Okay, it's not going to think, oh, well, then I don't have to do this anymore because they're not here. No, they will continue doing it as it says there, senselessly, okay, and uselessly. Okay, this is what I see as an irony, okay, of the technology that we have. We meaning we, those people at that time, right then and there in 2026. All right, understand that, but absolutely. All right, absolutely.